Hey everybody, how you doing? Uncle Vinny here. You know what's coming up? That's right, Health Chat. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Nick Circalone. I'm so excited to be here as always. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I have a video for you where we're talking about PRP or platelet-rich plasma. What I'm showing in this video is how we use PRP to help osteoarthritic knees. So, without further ado, let's get started.
As we head into the holiday season, of course you want to feel your best. If you're watching this morning and you're having some knee pain, some joint pain, and you don't know how to get through the fun time of the year hurting like that, well, you don't have to. Dr. Nick Circalone is here, and sitting next to him, smiling, smile Ronnie, is Ronnie Gillum, a very, very happy patient. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
We could talk about a lot of different things, actually, that you're doing.
We always do every time I'm here. We'll find something to talk about.
At the office that's helping people, especially through pain. But this morning you wanted to talk specifically about these PRP treatments that you do. Folks have probably heard about it, Nick, but to hear a live testimonial is quite a whole nother story.
It just brings things home for people. When we talk about PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, that's an injection of your own fluids that go into a joint to help heal it, to help restore it, to help take away the inflammation. Well, Ronnie came in the office back in May of this year complaining of knee pain after a fall. We did x-rays, we did an MRI, make sure everything's okay, that there's nothing that's falling or broken that's floating around in there, because this don't work if that happens.
Right.
And we decided we're going to do the PRP. So we did one injection in PRP and we braced him. So the thing is, when you do a procedure like this, you also want to brace it to help support it. And then what's really funny is the reason why we did it was, and I'll let Ronnie tell you more about that.
What's the reason why you did it?
So I'd get down on the floor and play with my grandkids, number one. But the second thing was my daughter was getting married. And my thing was to walk down the aisle with her without a limp.
So you had had an accident, right? You had fallen?
I'd fallen on a concrete driveway.
Okay, so was your knee pretty much shot, and was it in bad shape, Nick?
Well, once we took the x-ray, there wasn't anything that was broken, so that was a good sign. And then he kept having pain with it. So we said, let's go to the next step. Let's do an MRI. So we did the MRI, we looked at the knee, wanted to see what it was looking like. And we realized that there was a lot of stuff in there that they wanted to go in and clean out. That's normally what they would do. And Ronnie didn't want surgery. So I said, let's try this. Let's see what happens with this.
Okay, so you get to the office, right? They, for the PRP, they draw your blood?
They drew blood out of my arm.
Okay.
Then they spin the platelets out of the blood and inject it right back into my knee.
Now, one thing that you're doing is you talk about it being, quote, under fluoroscopy, which allows you to really pinpoint exactly where you want that magical stuff to go.
Exactly. Inherently, when somebody gets a knee injection, they do it blindly. They don't do it under fluoroscopy. They don't do it under guidance of an ultrasound. But we do it under fluoroscopy in the office. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll put a little dye in there first, see what the knee looks like, to see how the fluids will flow in there, and then we'll proceed and do a PRP, or we'll do a viscosupplementation. But with PRP, we do the arthrogram first, we wait, and then we do the PRP, because we don't want to mix the two together.
So did it hurt?
I didn't feel anything with just a little pressure in the joint.
Okay.
They told me after that to take ibuprofen for pain just for the weekend. I never had to take anything.
So what was, kind of walk us through the steps. You had it done, you left the office. When did you begin to say, hey, I think this is working?
Pretty much that same afternoon.
Really?
Yes.
What did you feel, or what did you quit feeling?
I quit feeling a lot of pain. It was some severe pain. I tore the meniscus in 2 places and a partial tear of the ACL. And with the brace and the PRP, we left for Johnson City that afternoon, and I drove for 3 hours. Got up there and no problems whatsoever.
So this was in May. Your daughter got married when?
Later that month.
Later that month,
May
and
the
you were
19th.
able to walk her down the aisle?
Sure did. No limp.
And now when your grandkids are coming over for Christmas, can you play with them?
Oh yeah, I get down on the floor with them all the time now.
So this is kind of a case-by-case basis a little
Yes.
bit, right, Nick? What Ronnie sees in his results, somebody else might not see it in quite the same way.
I have to say this, every PRP patient that we've done has had excellent results.
Really?
Yes.
But okay, but you have to be careful who you give it to. If somebody just walks in and says, well, I want that, you can't do it if it's not the right choice
Exactly.
for you.
When you come into the office, you're going to get a full exam. We're going to look at the knee. We're going to do some imaging. We may do advanced imaging. We may do the MRI, depending on how the exam shows. The other thing that's really interesting is you were going to put a brace on that. Once we put the brace on there, what happens is that stabilizes the joint. Now, you're 7 months out, right? You don't wear the brace anymore.
No.
No. The brace is there initially to help stabilize it and protect it.
So you know how if you get a Botox injection, then it begins to wear off, right? My daughter used to get them, and then they would wear off after a couple of months. So is that what happens with the PRP? Do you begin to feel that pain coming back, and so you know it's time to go back and get another one?
What's interesting about the PRP is not only is it getting rid of the inflammation and helping with the pain, but it's also healing that area.
Oh.
So there are times when patients will get another one if there's some pain that they want to do something different and get it in there and kind of keep it more prophylactically so it doesn't keep hurting.
Right.
Other times we may do some viscosupplementation. We may add like hyaluronic acid to it to increase the cartilage that's in that area. And those things help. So what we're looking at is something that is not so much permanent. I don't want to say permanent, but it is longer lasting because we're actually healing something.
So it's
we're not
not
just putting a medicine in there.
So it's not a maintenance so much. It
Not
is
necessarily,
more,
no.
Okay, and you also like to start with just one injection where possible, and then if the pain's not going away enough, the person can add a second one if they want to?
Exactly.
Start conservatively?
We always start conservatively. And I do want to say this. PRP is not covered by insurance. The injection itself, the process itself is not covered by insurance. However, everything else that we do, the brace, the exams, the follow-up exams, that's all covered.
But it will go towards your deductible, will it not? The out-of-pocket
No,
expense that you
no,
pay?
it's not a covered charge, so it won't go towards people's deductible.
That's okay. Was it worth it?
Every penny of it.
Every penny of
Every
it.
penny.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Listen, if you're dealing with any knee pain or any other type of joint pain, PRP may be right for you. So I would encourage you to find someone in your area that does the procedure. And remember, you want this procedure to be done under fluoroscopy because a guided needle will get better results. Well, we love you. Have a great week, and God bless.